gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Strawhat Sitdown crew in the building. We promote to these other podcasts. We gon' put these people in their feelings when they hear this, and they know that they can't top this. We spit facts and we poppin'. Every time an episode is dropping, we see D3 in the corner. Mister, that's a real G with the green screen in the background. Got him looking like he in a real scene. We got Big Mod in the cut. Always ready with rebuttals, but he bring the knowledge when we in the huddle, so you know the crew is never gonna fumble. And it's YHuss, last but not least. If you ask me, then Cali, mad at Captain, make him rally around me. Every Sunday, we gon' run deep, and we can't stop until we find out about that one piece. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We are. Who gon' get down? We are. This that Strawhat Sitdown. We are. Who the crew with the fleet? We are. Who gon' piece that one piece? We. What is going on, guys? It is your boy Cali Mac on the track Never Whack. Bring it back, and we are back with Strawhat Sitdown, episode 56. Out.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, baby. I'm here with the gang as per usual. Feel me? Strawhat Mod in the building. What's going on, my brother?
What's good, y'all? Chaos gang in the building.
It is definitely chaos gang. There is a lot of chaos going on. 100%. Mr. G in the building. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, what's good, everybody? Yo, I hope you guys had a great weekend so far.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wishing peace, love, and prosperity to all tuning into the Strawhat Sitdown today. You feel me? Indeed. Unfortunately, D3 is not going to be here for a while once again. We stated it last week, you know. He's going through some stuff. But just like Sanji and Zoro, we are going to hold our boy D3 down as shown in the picture below. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Gotta do it. Nah, but on the real,
love you, D3.
We do love you.
Yes,
we wishing you a speedy and healthy recovery, man. Last but not least, of course, that boy YHuss in the building. What is going on, my brother?
Yeah, chilling, man. Love and peace, like Vash Stampede said, to everyone except Kid, because that nigga's crazy.
Yeah. We ain't even started yet, and we on the fuck Kid. That's crazy. Damn.
I agree, but you know what? I'll have to give him props. Yo, he's not backing down. So you know what?
He's gangster. Yeah. You gotta respect the gangster.
I feel like I know what a lot of this episode is going to boil down.
100%. We're gonna get there though. So, you know, as you guys all can see, we do have a fire ass chapter to go over today. So, we're gonna do the regular thing. I'm gonna go through the chapter. We're just gonna talk about it as we go through it and see what we come up with. All right?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it started. Chapter 1076, Old Friends.
Did the streamer?
Yeah. I just should be the description. Yeah, no, you good. So we start out where we left off last chapter with Luffy and Kaku and Lucci and Zoro up against the two Seraphims, and asking to get themselves uncuffed so that they can help in the fight. I like this. Yeah, the I don't want to say innocent, but it is innocent. It's just stupid. The stupid Luffy that we get, like, as soon as someone says, "Oh, I'm on your side," he's like, "Oh, I got you, no problem."
He's got bro doesn't
care. You know, that's what we love about Luffy, man.
But that's why Zoro is the best fucking vice captain, because he's like, no, this motherfucker's lying, Luffy. Like, you know. Shit.
Yeah, him being there definitely is the exact opposite that Luffy needs, because without him, Strawhat would not be here without him. I ain't gonna lie, 100%.
Yeah, even in his first page, like, he's obviously lying, bro. Like he's trying to
literally,
like that is not a good poker face. Kaku is over here like listen, we'll get restrained without a fight. Like, just looking at it menacing while that's happening, like, my G, you are not getting out of those handcuffs. Like,
he's fighting so hard too, bro.
Yeah,
Kaku's, I'm trying to put on an A+ Oscar-worthy performance right now. Like, and it's just
he def tried.
So we get back to the fight after that, and we actually get a nice reveal here. Mihawk Seraphim sends a slash attack, but it's not from his sword. He turns his leg into a sword and sends a slash attack, which reveals he has the power of the dice fruit, which was the dude from Alabasta, Mr. One.
Mr. One.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. One's Alabasta's old fruit. So I remember a few episodes ago, one of us made that. I think it was you, Mister. Actually, that we made that. You saw it. That Mihawk had the green blood. Yeah, that he had that green blood in his arm because we didn't notice it at first. So we were wondering if he actually had a devil fruit or not, and lo and behold, found out he has the dice fruit.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling it was going to be this one, but because he was, I believe he was fucking in prison, right? Yeah, with fucking Crocodile. So I was like, out of all the fruits that made sense to go with Mihawk that they had,
bro, I need a comma there, bro. That was crazy, bro. You said he was fucking in prison with fucking Crocodile, bro, and my brain didn't register the comma, and I just went haywire, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Oh my god.
No, you never know with pirates, bro. I'm just saying. So I was just like, I was like, out of all the fruits that we know, out of all the people that we've seen fight, the one that made sense, that was captured, would be Mr. One's fruit. So,
yeah, I think so. I just want to say something. Like, this is the most like on point devil fruit he can have, and at the same time, the most like
obvious.
most obvious and least expansive of the devil fruit that he could ever have. Because it's funny, Jinbei gets a swim fruit, right? But obviously, you can't swim on the surface. So it makes sense for a fish man to get a swimming fruit,
really amplifies his powers. Like, that's crazy.
Because he can basically have his fishman stuff on land. Right. Whereas this is ultra repetitive because he should be able to do slashes if he's a Mihawk.
Yeah, like, when is he not gonna have his sword, right? Like,
he's legit a sword then. Like, he is legit. It's a double sword. It's fucking Aegis Slash. Like,
Aegis Slash. I can't lie, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I agree to an extent because I do think it's a little bit redundant, but I do think that it adds some versatility to the fighting style. Because if, let's say, your swords are impeded, or like you're in a class situation, both your swords are occupied, you just kick your leg up into a sword, and now you have the same power as you did with your regular sword. You know what I mean? I do think it adds some versatility to the fighting style.
I think it adds some only just because of the fact that he doesn't have the real Yoru. So because of that, his sword, I don't know what grade that sword is, but that sword could potentially,
that's fair.
Get destroyed or something in the future, and then he having that will help him out in that.
Yeah, I also think though, like, another thing to consider, I just thought about is like what devil fruits they had access to, like people that are imprisoned. So why'd you laugh at that?
It made me think of Callie just saying about the fucking thing, and I'm just like, these guys in prison be having fun, bro. Like, oh my goodness.
Anyway,
I'm crying.
Anyway, but yeah, so like, because the thing that other people in Info Down that we know had powers, I'm trying to think of like, I assume it's already Doflamingo fruit, so they probably already have the Doflamingo Seraphim probably already has Doflamingo's fruit, and then Buggy was in Impel Down, but he can't have Buggy's fruit because Zoro has to fight him. Does that make sense?
You're talking about Mihawk?
Yeah, the Seraphim. Like, Zoro's definitely gonna fight the Seraphim in the end, I think. So yeah, like, I feel like because we got to think about what devil fruits were on the table anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, like, I agree to an extent, and even though it adds versatility, a crazy fruit would add even more versatility, right? But I think there might not have been that much on the table to take from the Impel Down prisoners if that's where the pool was of devil fruit users. Also, I think another reason why this is cool is that Mr. One was probably the first fight I can think of that really gave Zoro a hard time after Mihawk.
Yeah, he definitely did.
So it's cool that like a really strong person's gonna have that devil fruit, and it's gonna be like a little bit of a rematch. And then I think so it's cool in that sense as well. But I do also agree with you to an extent too.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So it's a little boring.
I love that Zoro realized it, you know, and was like, yeah, gives props to Mr. One. And I have a question for you guys. So the Kuma Seraphim, right? Does he have those powers because he was Kuma already, or did he get, you know what I mean? Like, is it possible that he already has like the Pawpaw fruit ability, and then he has another devil fruit, or
I think
the devil fruit? Okay.
I think it's straight up that, because I mean, you can think about it. Kuma was he wasn't technically a prisoner, but he was a prisoner in the most like figurative sense.
Yeah. And they even got Bo Hancock's fruit too.
Yeah. And she technically wasn't a prisoner.
Yeah, she wasn't a prisoner.
Yeah, so
it's definitely Celestial Dragon related, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, how, like I swear to God, bro, the way that they get these, the lineage factor is so interesting, bro. Because like they have Boa's, so is it because she's a prisoner? But then, but like they have Mihawk's lineage factor clearly because they made a Mihawk Seraphim. So does that mean they have Law's lineage factor to take his Opie no Midel fruit? Like, you know what I mean?
It's definitely possible. What if it's a fucking prerequisite to be a warlord? You know what I mean? Like,
that's a fact. That would make a lot of sense.
Because they would have to have. They've come together before, obviously. We haven't seen the first time they've ever gotten together, but we know at one point there was a meeting amongst the warlords and the government. And the government must have done some sketchy shit without them notice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely something that...
Yeah, but without Mihawk Bobby was noticing, fam, I don't know.
Because I don't see Mihawk going there and, like, sitting down and, like, you know, having their wine and shit. I feel like he'd just be standing there, like, what's up? Like, you know, like, what's good?
we technically did see him sit down. We saw the very first time, married to a meeting between the warlords. They were actually ultra surprised.
Yeah, don't think it was like, you came?
Like, of all the warlords, because usually they said they throw these meetings, but the warlords don't usually come, or if they do, it's like one or two at most. But out of all the ones they didn't expect to come, they probably thought Mihawk was probably the one the most to come. The least likely to come. But so, and he sat down. So, I mean, I don't know.
The way they get it like is good. They gotta explain it.
I do like that whole the warlord theory because they all had specific reasons to join the Shibukai, and through their own motives, I could see them, even if they wouldn't necessarily want to help the government or give up their bloodline, or etc., because they all had their own motives to join the warlords. I could definitely see them signing up for that prerequisite. So, you gotta give your blood or some shit like that before you can have all this power and obtain your goals, shit like that.
Yeah, I can see that. Like when you first,
or they just took their fucking DNA without them, like
they hair follicles that fell out.
Also a possibility. Definitely a possibility.
Does government be sketchy, bro? Because Jinbei was surprised. So
you're right. All right, let's keep going. So we see the Mihawk Seraphim use that devil fruit. Then we have Shaka asking Lucci what they're doing there, what the CP0 agents are doing there. Lucci very candidly says that we're here to kill you. Like, no fucks given. You're gonna die.
I'm 70 y'all smoked. That's what we're here for.
And then Vegapunk proceeds to ask, so you're gonna hurt Stussy next? And Vegapunk's like, and Lucci's like, yeah, we're gonna do that too. We don't give a fuck. Everybody's dying. Like, Lucci actually just, and Kaku's tight because he's trying to get saved, but Lucci does not care. Like, I respect the gangster.
He's you know what's funny about this chapter? So you in the first place you have Kaku saying some sly shit to Luffy, basically trying to say like, oh yeah, like we'll put the restraints back on without a fight. Luffy's like, okay then, and then Zoro's like, gee, stop! Like, what are you doing? And then here you have Rob being like asked a top government secret, like directly, what was your mission? And he's just being as honest as possible. And Kaku's like, stop it! Well, what are you doing?
That is actually really interesting. I didn't think about that. That's actually a really interesting Luffy Zoro parallel. Because if you put Luffy and Lucci's shoes and Zoro and Kaku's shoes, the situation plays out exactly the same.
Yeah, facts.
Actually, that literally happened in Wano, in the beginning of Wano. Actually, when Luffy and Zoro ran into the Wano Raiders or whatever. I can't remember their names.
I don't remember.
I can't remember. And then they were asked what they were doing here, and then Luffy was like, "I'm here to take out Kaido." And then Zoro was like, "Wait, what are you talking about, man?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm just here to chill." It's good stuff. Good stuff, man.
Oh man.
Good stuff.
The honesty between the top dogs is hilarious.
The two rivals, yeah.
Because I feel like it's so interesting with the top people and their honesty, because it's just like, you know, they really believe in that shit. So for them, there's no reason to lie. Like,
100%.
Like,
so yeah, Lucci's being as honest as possible. We then hear a scream. Zoro assumes that it's Nami. And Luffy decides to take the keys. And we then get one of the hardest Luffy lines that I have ever heard. The official is a little bit different than the TCB translation. I kind of want to get the TCB one.
I got it right here.
You got it? All right, yeah, run it for one time.
When those 4 guys are out of the way and you realize you can't beat me, you won't be a sore loser and go after my friends in the Vegapunks, right?
Yo, I popped the fuck off when I saw that line, bro.
And you realize you can't beat me.
Talk your shit.
That was Emperor talk. That was big Emperor talk right there.
Like, it's like he gave him a whole like 3-panel wide space. Just like, you know it's a wrap for you, right? Like,
yeah.
It's so sick because like we all know it's a fucking fact. But when Luffy was fighting Lucci and at the back of the hallway, I think it was Nami and them running towards where they are, and Luffy's like, I can't go help them because if I leave you here, you're gonna kill all my friends. So that was about Water 7. So now it's like, bro, it's you. I know you can't do shit to my niggas. Like,
real shit.
Yeah,
that shit is definitely hype.
It's incredibly hype. Like,
right.
Bro,
so
I was talking about.
Yeah, Zoro, he doesn't think that Lucci's gonna take the bait, but of course Lucci takes it and swears that after this fight is over, he will take on Luffy first before he does anything else, which is exactly what Luffy wants. So
I did enjoy his little like monologue though. That shit was kind of fire.
What,
his little tantrum?
Lucci?
Yeah.
Oh, when he said he said you're the one I want to kill. I won't kill anyone else, but your friends will be dead right after. Okay, yeah, it was cute. Yeah.
You know, I mean,
that was a lot of emotion for this guy.
Like
exactly. He's fucking buttered as fuck, bro. Like, he is so salty, dude.
He's a little angry chihuahua right now. It'd be like that.
It would have been so gangster if Oda went and written Luffy to be like, "Oh, but weren't you just yelling, I'm going unconscious now?" Like,
that would have actually been one of the hardest lines if Oda made Luffy say that shit. That would have been ridiculous.
But what's great here, though, is that like Luffy is dead serious when he says that. So he's not saying this to taunt him. Like Zoro said, like, "You idiot, these guys won't fall for a taunt like that." I don't know if Luffy's necessarily like taunting here. Luffy's a pretty blunt guy. I don't think he taunts people about being stronger than them. I think he just say it as like a fact of the matter type thing. Like, I'm stronger than you.
I feel like
know this.
I feel like it was more so to. It definitely was a fact, but I do think that like YHuss said a few minutes ago, like he specifically stayed and fought Lucci so that Luffy wouldn't kill his friends because he knew that would happen if he didn't go to fight them, if he left them alone or whatever. So I think this is just an extension of that. He wants to make sure that Lucci won't go crazy and kill his friends, or take a back shot at somebody while they're fighting the Seraphim or something.
You guys agree? You guys agree actually? Like, because Maud is all Maud's saying is that like it's not like malicious. He's not trying to make him mad. He's just trying to tell him straight up, bro. You can't fuck with me, bro. So chill.
Yeah, and that could be an extension of what YHuss literally said, because it's just like, that's why I'm fighting you, so that you can realize that you can't beat me. Obviously, Rob strongly disagrees, but but for some reason, but he does. So, yeah. Yeah,
100%.
so,
right.
But yeah.
So the Kuma Seraphim sends one of his shocks. The cuffs get cut off last second, and we get a team attack between Luffy and Lucci. Go to the next page. We get a Gumu no Kangang and a 6 King pistol on the Kuma. And on the Mihawk, we get a team attack between Zoro and Kaku. Purgatory Oni Girl and Tempest Kick White Thunder. I think Seraphim gets sent flying. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think this is major fan service, by the way. Like, I honestly don't think that Luffy needed to do this per se. Like, not like we've seen Luffy with Conqueror's Haki stack up, like clash evenly on some occasions with Kaido in his hybrid form, and it's just like King Konga. I mean, not King Konga, but regular Konga. Yeah, like I don't think he even needed this. I think this is just straight up fan service, honestly.
Yeah, I'm glad to see Luffy uses his Gear 4 though. Like,
yeah, because
I remember Enigma we were talking about it, and people feel like that he's only going to use Gear 5 now.
Right.
I'm like, bro, we spent 1,000 chapters with Gear 2, 3, and 4. Like,
yeah,
he's gonna keep using them.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it just goes to what we were saying during the Kaido fight, right? Luffy's mastering his fruit. He's been going through all the gears, and now Gear 5, it's going to be the same shit. Like, he's going to be using all these gears, 4, 3, 2, you know, like flawlessly, when he needs to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because each gear has its fucking has its benefits.
Yo, random callback. I cannot wait for them to animate that part, that specific part when he's fighting Kaido, and he's like he does the big fist and then switches to the quick Gear 2 fist. I cannot wait. That shit is going to go so hard, bro.
The anime is almost there.
It's getting there. I was just you know what's crazy? I was just out with some people last night, and we were talking about it, and they were telling me how they're at the Sanji shit right now, where he finds out about his body and shit.
Oh shit! Because I'm catching up still. What just happened? Zoro just got wrapped up. That's just when I'm watching. He just got wrapped up.
10, 15 episodes.
Yeah. So you're not that far behind. Anime.
So I'm excited. Yo, it's been fire, bro. Yo, they be going off, man. Like the Kaido Luffy, like Kaido's ridiculous.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that fight, they send both of the Seraphims flying through the wall. We then switch to the lab, inside the lab, where we find a whole bunch of CP agents, CP 5, 7, and 8. We find out that these are the CP0 agents that were sent to investigate Vegapunk and were captured, and the subsequent rescue agents that were sent to help the original agents that were also captured. So it's a whole bunch of CP agents captured in this dome area inside the laboratory, and we all assume that this was Vegapunk, but we then come to find out Vegapunk, the Stella unit, is trapped in here with them. Yep. So very big reveal. So this basically means that there is another force that has been on this island that is completely pulling the strings and creating this very crazy scenario for whatever their intentions are.
So yeah, I think that's definitely like, you know, first of all, Oda's hilarious for this because he put Vegapunk in a silhouette and making it seem like it was sinister, and it's like, no guys, I'm sorry, it's not him. He's like, I have no idea why. Like, that is hilarious to me. But yeah, I think now we definitely narrowed it down to either, like, I'm definitely on board with it being either Edison or Punk Records, because I think either someone has said that. Mr. I think you caught that, or someone. But
wait, said what?
That it could potentially be Punk Records.
Oh, yeah, we said that. Yeah, we said that off the tweet. Yeah, it's definitely a big possibility.
Definitely possible that the Punk Records made. I don't know. Do you guys think it's like it's an actual being, or you know what I mean?
I mean, he said it was continually learning and shit. So it's definitely it's definitely not out the realm of possibility that it gains sentience.
Yeah. I
also think that this rules out Caribou.
Me too. I think it rules out everyone that's unavailable.
Yeah, everybody that just came to the island. I don't think it could be anybody that would be anybody involved in like the big things that are going on, like the shield coming down, the Stella disappearing, etc.
And the Blackbeard Pirates as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that around. But there is one theory that has not been technically. There has one that I don't think has been debunked for real. And Morge had this theory that the culprit was actually potentially another Seraphim that we don't know about, like a Doflamingo Seraphim. Because he pointed
that
out,
would be so hard. Oh my god, I would actually pop off. Bro. I ain't gonna cap.
I get this boy back.
That would be hype. Yeah, that would be hype. I can't lie.
And then maybe you'll like this theory then, because the theory goes that, you know, essentially the theory is that, you know, the Seraphim are rebelling because at the beginning of the chapter, Oda has talked about how things that he created, Vegapunk, what he creates, they have their own wills and they don't necessarily listen or whatever. It would make sense that, you know, some Seraphim will rebel, and it just so happens that all the Seraphim of the warlords that are shown are all like morally gray to good people, you know, or like good-ish people. You know, Boa, Jinbei, you know, Mihawk, and Kuma have never been really villains to the Straw Hats. They either helped them or did something, you know, like that, you know. But who are the ones that are missing? Doflamingo, Crocodile, Moria. Like, those three Seraphims are not here and accounted for, and they were all direct, like quite direct villains to the Straw. So it would be very interesting if the Seraphim that are rebelling are the ones with, you know, the most hatred for the Straw Hats and the most hatred for, you know, things in general. And yeah, they could have potentially did this. So what do y'all think?
I thought with that. My problem is that I think that no matter what, especially after this chapter, that the mastermind has to be one of the Vegapunks or Punk Records, because the people, the CP0 agents were attacked by the sea beasts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
So the mastermind has to be Punk Records or one of the Vegapunks. But I think the person taking out the cameras could be a Seraphim, and I think that idea is fire because, like you said, like the beginning line that Lilith said when we first met Vegapunk with Lilith was, "Man, the shark keeps eating niggas when I don't want it to. Why can't I get rid of the urges of living beings?" So, like you said, it's going to be a central part to the whole arc. So I do. So it could be the person taking out the cameras.
Honestly, you blew my mind when you said that the Seraphims could be doing this on their own, because like it would make sense. Who are they? They're based off of people that have rebelled, you know, that have been through shit, you know. So like for them to actually like get the same feeling again and then like have their own free will because of like what YHuss you were saying earlier. Vegapunk hasn't gotten that, you know, I could control you completely, and I don't think it would have happened with the Seraphim. So them being fucking, them being like having their own agenda would be sick. I'm not gonna lie, that should be awesome.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, and I think another thing to think about, something really interesting to me that I'm trying to have a hard time understanding, is like it's so strange because it's so fucking weird. The Seraphim were instructed to kill CP0. They were going for Lucci and Kaku specifically. But Vegapunk is assuming that the reason this is all the reason they're even under attack right now is because his information, the research on Pony got leaked.
I was just about to bring that up because that was huge.
Yeah, so someone leaked to the government, but fams, why would someone leaking that to the government want to kill CP0? That works for the government.
Because they know shit.
No, they can't. Wait, wait. Is it because? Hold up.
The Lulusia?
Bob
bringing up the Lulusia.
That's a big question for me. I feel like that's like a.
Because you spitting. Like, wait a minute, bro. It's crazy. Hold up. Wait, because think about it. Maybe they are for the world government, but the reason why they maybe want to kill them is just because they specifically went to the island. like, think about it. Everyone who's going to the island is getting cut up or getting like, you know.
Yeah, like this thing. I mean, we have proof. The CB0 are in this tank right now. The CB5 and CB7 though.
Yeah, maybe they didn't have beef until they went from went to the island. Maybe there's something there that they don't specifically want to see.
But
and
I also feel
out.
like, yes, that shit fucking fire. That last part was what, like there's something here.
There's something here.
I was
But
gonna ask you,
why would they jeopardize themselves by telling the government though when that's a buster call waiting to happen, fam?
See, yeah, I mean, they do have the resources for a buster call, so maybe that's the reason. Oh, what if they're protecting the giant? The giant.
But all that goes back to like if whoever was doing this was trying to protect the giant, why would they tell the government in the first place? That's like, I don't
think it's a giant, yo. Because look at Vegapunk's head. He's got a bump on his head, right? Like, so someone knocked him out. So like I don't know. I don't think it was a big ass giant.
No. We're saying like they want to protect the mechanical giant in the basement that they saw earlier.
Yeah.
That's like from the Boy Century or whatever.
Yeah, Boy Century.
I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think something lived on this island before Vegapunk got there, or you know, shit like Vegapunk was doing stuff and then
I think it's a whole winter island, right? So like he had to climatize it and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's his head too. Like I don't think anything lived here before. I think
there
was a civilization there 1,000 years ago.
No, he's talking about the Ancient Kingdom.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
the Ancient Kingdom. Yeah, he was not Egghead. Yeah. He was just saying that there used to be a kingdom somewhere.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, you're right. I'm bugging. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm more convinced than ever that this is a product of his creation of some.
Yeah, it has to be Punk Records or one of the Vegapunks, but it's like conflicting decisions.
It could be like,
and it could be the Seraphim to some degree too, or they have a hand in it. It could be a combination.
It could be like a failed Seraphim, and then Punk Records was like, "Let me take that Seraphim body and use it as an avatar or some shit like that."
Yeah, some people theorize that there's like another unit. There's another Vegapunk unit that we haven't introduced to. I think that's whack in my opinion. But that's also another theory people have.
That would definitely be a cop out.
Yeah, that'd be whack. I feel like the best mysteries are like ones you have answers to. Like you can put the clues together.
I'm really curious what the Poneglyph research was, what they were doing, and I'm also curious if Vegapunk has a last road Poneglyph.
Because what if like they're protecting some more? Maybe there's more Void Century secrets here because they were researching the Poneglyph, right? So maybe the entity has Vegapunk's vision, because you know there's fictional stories and shows and stuff where the creation still wants to do the creationese duties, but fuck the creator anyway. Right? Like even in
I could be like a difference of opinion at this point. Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
So maybe they're just like, well, I'm gonna do what you made me to do, but fuck you, and like all that other shit. So maybe they want to protect the stuff related to the poneglyphs and all that other stuff, but other than that, they'll work for the government, So maybe that's why when they go there, they get captured, because obviously they can buster call them if they see that. If they see any of that, it's a straight up buster call, and they keep sending people there too. And the government probably got suspicious, like, okay, not only my agents are coming back, but y'all are acting really, really suspicious now. So, y'all need to be dealt with.
And actually, another reason that I completely forgot this, but I also think that the Edison and Pythagoras are also. It's hard to believe it's one of them because I think he said in the Vegapunk, the Cell Body said to Luffy and them that Punk Records, it syncs all their memories every single day, so they all know the other person's memories. So I was asking the question last chapter, the chapter before. I'm like, okay, so did this just happen today? Like, is this like a thing they decided today that they're gonna turn around and fuck everyone up? But it's clear that like they all had those memories for the last months, and this has been happening. So I think that to me that kind of it doesn't rule them out. but it's really hard for me to believe it's one of them if they all have. If like this, for example, the Vistella has everyone's memories, if Shock has everyone's memories, and he sees what they're thinking, what they're doing, it's like,
Yeah,
bro.
that makes sense.
So yeah, I think Punk Records as a whole is probably behind it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I can see that too. I mean, the greatest mind there is super complex as to like, you know, he's perplexed as to like how this could even happen. So yeah, because he probably thought of all this, right? Like fail safes. That's probably the reason why they sync their memories up together, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it's
perplexed. It's weird.
It's wild, man.
Yeah. So that's basically all that happens on Egghead this chapter. We get a quick shot of outside of Egghead, and we get some radio transmissions from the Navy. Base G9 is left port, and it puts the total fleet heading for Egghead at over 100 ships. Definitely gonna be a lot of action heading there very soon.
Yo, I have.
Oh no, not like this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, because it just made me think of something like this. To annihilate everyone, what if like Emu is like, you know, getting everyone there and then does the whatever he did to Leloucia
on his own on the Navy though?
Yeah, everybody, bro. Fuck everybody. You're like, shit, just get him out of here. You know, like
I
don't know. You all served our you served our world well.
You served the purpose, you know, and then they're like, it's a big thing that everyone keeps hush hush. Like everyone that had to die was dead, or so they think. I don't know. It's just something that I thought, because we're all expecting a Buster call to happen, but you know, it's what if something unexpected like that?
I mean, they keep saying that like some huge incident is gonna happen.
Yeah,
this is true.
But wait, just to be clear, G9, that's Smoker's unit, right?
Base G9.
Am I mistaken, or was it like a different?
Nah, they changed because they used to be. It was like they were like. Oh, I'm literally gonna search up these G9.
I'm not sure myself.
I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's just a random.
That was like G5, right?
Yeah, they were like. Oh,
I think it was a G something.
It was G something, yeah. But the one that they're all on, the like it was G5, by the way.
G5. Okay, so it was G5.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the one that they're all on, Tashigi them is G14, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So deployed from branch G9.
So it's just some random one. I searched up there like random characters that I've never seen before. Anyway, Callie, the new world.
Ships.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. So the meat of the chapter. We get to a bar in a little port along the coast on an island in the New World. See a very familiar silhouette in a very familiar scenario with a little boy asking the silhouette to go on a journey with him. We find out that the silhouette's pirate crew is being attacked. It's Shanks. I'm gonna stop saying silhouette. It's Shanks. We all know it's Shanks. Shanks is here. He's here. He's out here. We find out that he was about to set sail, but he ended up getting caught up with some old friends. Somebody says that the enemy must be furious, and then someone says that that's funny coming from you, Ben Beckman. Who do you think the enemy is mad at? Shanks decides to tell everybody we're out. We're gonna start this battle. And then Shanks says he doesn't want to see any major harm come to this place. Will you guys help me? Dory and Bragi. Them boys are on Elbath in the building. I popped the fuck off when I saw these two. I was like, oh shit. They finally fucking made it, bro. I was so fucking happy, man.
Yeah.
I was mad happy, yeah, bro. It was so nice to see them again and back at the island and shit. Like they got finished because they were stuck on Little Garland because of their feud, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's nice.
I wonder if that means that there was a winner finally, but I don't know.
That's a good question. I'm sure that
they didn't have they broke their weapons.
Maybe they just got over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they start throwing hands, like literally throwing hands, like.
Yeah, they were just like, fuck, it didn't even worth it at this point. We going
They
back
have
home.
new weapons now, though. It's pretty cool to see.
Nah, it's sick. It was definitely mad nice seeing them again.
And there was also in the middle, Oimo and Kashi from Annie's Lobby.
Yeah, I seen them. Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is a hype chapter. Like, look at, like,
Wait,
they look up to them
the people,
too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, they were at Ennis lobby. They were like,
You're right. The two giants from Ennis. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even realize. Holy shit.
Rebelled Luffy.
Yeah, because they're telling Usopp like, yo, we want to follow in the footsteps of our great leaders.
Yes.
That are fighting
and Brocky, which
and then they thought they were dead, right?
That's why they changed sides.
Yeah, Usopp's like, no, they're not dead.
Yeah. They changed sides because Usopp confirmed that Dory and Brocky are alive. They're just
my god. Yeah, you're right.
And remember they were talking when they went back to Water 7. They were like telling Usopp. This is when Usopp still wasn't back on the crew officially yet. He was like, oh y'all, you should come with us to Elbaf. It's glorious, and then he said I always wanted to go there, but I'll have to, I still kind of want to be with my crew and all that other stuff. Like, yeah, but this is hype. Like, this was insanely high. I popped off when I saw this because it's like the old giant crew is back because wasn't what's his face the new world giant that was a part of the Grand Fleet.
Hajime, yeah.
Hajime, he was a part of the new giant pirates. Yeah, giant pirates. Just like Arlong and what's his face, the villain for Fishman was a part of the new Fishman pirates or whatever. So
Hody.
Hody. Yeah. So this is great. Like this is sick. But I can't tell if it's like they had their own crew or they're just straight up a part of Shanks' crew, just in a different way. I don't know.
No, I think they're just. I think Shanks just chilling, like visiting friends. No.
Yeah, he's like
he's making stops right now.
He asked them for a hand. You know what I mean? He's like, you guys trying to help out. So it almost sounded like they're not on his crew, but that would be fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that would be fucking fire.
That would make sense if Elbaf was under Shanks' protection.
It definitely is, like, because they said like all the fleets here.
Yeah.
Well, this was an old theory. So I don't. Yeah, because Mr. Morge made a video.
Oh, that shit a minute ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but that shit was correct. So a long time ago, right? People, we all believed, and it can still be believed to today, that Big Mom was supposed to play a major part in Elbaf later because she mentioned it. The mention of Loki and all that other stuff, right?
And stuff too.
Yeah. But during that time frame, Morge came out with a video that said that Shanks will be at Elbaf. Shanks will be the one to, be the Yonko gatekeeper or Yonko, person for Elbaf. And I think at the time the community wasn't like embracing that, but
it was not a big idea. It was not.
But over time, it seemed like that became more of a thing, and now this confirms it. Like, and Morge, like he's celebrating right now. Because I saw him, like he celebrated. He's like, I got that right. But
this shit
like that. It is crazy. Like
it makes sense because the Giants didn't fuck with fucking Big Mom, so you know who else was left because Whitebeard's dead.
This is a super organic way to do it, and like he has like a Viking ship, like he has the dragon head on his thing, like Askeladd. And so like it just made a lot of sense, and this is so fucking high. I feel like every time Shanks in a chapter, it's so fucking live.
It's always a 10 out of 10 chapter.
Whose ship is next to Shanks?
I don't know. I don't think we have information on those. I think they're just his allies.
Okay. I thought it was quite interesting how we have like the same scenario of like when Luffy as a kid. There's another little we don't know who this little kid is. Could be fucking like Loki's kid. You know what I mean? Or someone important that's gonna show up later on or some shit like that. But what if
you talking about the kid from the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's the same. Like it's the same like scenario like with Luffy as a kid, right? So
go ahead.
Oh no! What were you gonna say?
No, I want you to go because I was gonna say you're wrong, but I want you down. I was gonna shoot you down, but I want you to at least say it first.
I'm just saying like the whole Shanks evil thing. Like, what if he goes around like inspiring, kids to become something later on to like, you know, like, because like remember he said like Luffy's ready now, you know, some shit like that. So like I don't know, it's just
I ain't gonna lie. I think you want 1 million piece, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, gang.
And I'll be honest, I'm just saying though, because like obviously Shank's been waiting for something, right? But like something like obviously with the fruit, I don't know. It's just I just thought it's just something that clicked in my mind. I was just like, that's a little weird, but it could be nothing. So
Yeah,
you know,
no, I'll be like that.
I think it's like just Shank's charismatic charm. You know what I mean? Like it's just he's just that guy. And honestly, like, you know, if I was in the One Piece world, I would want to fucking join his crew too. Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
it looks epic. Like, you know, everybody looks like, you know, they eating out here, and you know he's friends with the giants, and I love those guys. Like everybody on Shank's crew is lovable, even though they can get
nice thing.
they can turn up basically, because I mean, because let me tell you, when Lucky Roo shot that, you know, that bandit, like just blatantly, I'm like, oh, these guys are real. Like it's like the homies. Like it's like you guys are friends. Like that's your squad, that's your homies or whatever. But as soon as shit pops off, it's on the floor. Like that is like the embodiment of Shank's crew, and that is like the pirate crew to the T that you want to be a part of. Like
as a guy that was pushing some of the Shanks evil stuff, like as like a devil's advocate, I've given up on that shit. I don't think it's fun anymore. It was fun to pedal, but I
But you also got to think in retrospect too, right? Like when you look at this bar, I just wanted to point this out real quick. Like I didn't realize, like I thought that these were giants, right? And then when I look at this bar, it looks like, because of the panel size, it looks normal size. But then when you see the kid in comparison, I'm like, oh, this is a giant ass bar. Then
it's because Oda is so smart, right? He doesn't like show us like Shanks with them like in the same panel. Yeah.
So that means that like they're big, like you know.
Of course, I have a sick picture actually from about this kid, and I definitely think he'll be like maybe not important per se, but maybe like a Tama type, you know, role. Okay. Like he definitely has a little bit of importance.
There's a time skip, maybe.
Yeah, but like this just basically like so it's definitely like a bit of a known fact now that Oda watched a show back in the day called Vicky the Viking. And that inspired him to make One Piece. I think he wrote that. And if I'm gonna send a picture to the Discord chat, just a very cool. This is definitely a big shout out. Like it has to be a shout out, in my opinion.
Let me see.
Ooh.
They're tagged because I was in another chat.
Oh, you said you're gonna
cheating on us?
What? I'm crying.
I'm weak.
It has to be. It simply has to be. It simply must.
Yo, what is this?
It's the exact same design. But look at the other picture too. Like it's the same design, same exact, like his hat specifically. So that was a cool shout out.
That's mad funny.
Just stupid as hell, but big shout out.
I respect it.
Yeah. We got 2 more pages though.
Yeah, let me just finish these pages out. We can talk a little more. So we see Dorian and Bragi, the giants, are alive. So Shanks decides that he wants to send a message to Kid before anything happens. He says to tell Kid and his pirate crew, do you want to fight me here and now, or leave your road poneglyph and flee? Make your choice. So we find out Shanks is actually after the poneglyph. We then go outside of the island of Elbaf, and we see Kid's ship. One of the ships, he says that somebody on Kid's crew says one of the ships are lazily shooting at them. And that all the ships that are in front of them are underneath the red-haired emperor. We find out that the last time they fought, they didn't even get to see Shanks himself. And they got beaten to a pulp instead, and he lost his arm. And Killer claims that they won't stop at an arm this time, and this time they will take his whole life. Kid exclaims, maybe so, but only if I lose. And that is how the chapter ends. Go ahead, mister.
Oh my goodness.
Bro, like this whole ending was just crazy.
Yeah. I think one of the
obviously go ahead. No, you go.
I think one of the biggest takeaways from what Kid says here and what was said between Ben Beckman and the pirate crew earlier, and the rest of Shanks crew earlier, because we all assumed that Kid actually fought Shanks. We assumed that Shanks took his arm, but we find out that Kid never even got an audience with Shanks. And then a few pages ago, they say that the enemy must be furious, and then somebody claims, "Who do you think that the enemy is mad at, Ben Beckman?" So a lot of people are assuming that Ben Beckman is the one that took on the Kid Pirates instead of Shanks, and that Ben Beckman is the one that possibly took Kid's arm, which would be fucking insane,
bro. Like, so the whole time, like we're saying, I thought he just got it sliced off.
Yeah, that's what everybody thought. You know what I mean?
You know, but my guy Ben Beckman, he has a gun and he don't even use it as a gun. He's just he probably just went like just with that fucking gun, like what, bro? That's crazy. Or he just pulled it. Oh my god.
Yeah, and I think Oda wrote about Ben Beckman in SBS that his bullets like penetrate niggas' bodies to go through them and shit. Like, so that nigga's a vicious shooter, bro. So, and even in chapter 1, like he's the one that Lucky Roo shot one nigga, and Ben Beckman walked through the rest of them. So he be taking niggas on, like he's like, sit back, I got this shit, my nigga. So
Ben's vice captain.
Yeah, he's the first.
First mate. Okay.
Yeah. So one of the strongest in the whole manga, probably.
So this definitely did something. So like in the power scaling community, right? Or like in like the One Piece Vigeist of, discussions in terms of like strong characters and everything. I think this actually helped prove something. So one of the arguments, right, that Kaido is over Shanks that I heard, maybe potentially over Shanks, is that when Kid was running to the rooftop, he was telling Killer that we're about to take on the strongest pirate in the world right now. And people said, like, well, Kid probably fought Shanks, most likely fought Shanks because he lost his arm to him, and he still feels like Kaido's the strongest in the world. Then that clearly means that, Kaido is over Shanks, right? And now this confirms, like he didn't even see him.
Yeah.
So to me, it makes it even more ambiguous. But like, I just gotta say though, this is. Let me ask you, what do y'all think is going to happen? Because there's a lot of bias in me that's just like, he is going to get his shit rocked, like absolutely hardcore rocked. But I want to be realistic. I think that like Kid has proven that he can, fight Yonko, but it's something different about Shanks though. Like Shanks Shanks is built different. It's something that, like
it's not even just that. It's not just that, bro. Kid is by himself this time. You know what I mean? Like, he had fucking Law backing his ass up against fucking Big Mom. This is, like you said, this is fucking Shanks. That's just a whole, like
straight 1v1.
And Kid had flashes, like versus Big Mom. Kid had flashes, like where he was doing his own thing, and like getting the best of her in some situations. But like Miz said, like, bro, the 1-on-1, I can see him like fighting and like not holding his, like, even holding his own is like the best I can give him, but. Bro, there's the rest of his crew to worry about. There's his whole fleets here. I'm not gonna lie, this guy's walking into death. I feel like no one's dying in this manga, but this nigga might come close today. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a bad idea because, like, knowing Kid, because he likes to take things too far, especially when he's pushed against the corner, and he's gonna accidentally either kill someone or hurt someone badly, and that's just gonna anger Shanks, and then it's just gonna, all hell's gonna break out, and then, like, I don't know. I think
it's rough. We don't gotta be rosy about it, bro. Like, even if he can fight Shanks, which I give him the respect, like, he won't get washed. I'm not gonna say that. But bro, they got the whole fucking crew to worry about, bro. Like the core members. Like, obviously though, I will say, like Law's crew really surprised us, right? Versus Blackbeard's crew.
Agreed.
Obviously, he was there in their element, so that's something to think about. But bro, nigga, this is Shanks in his hometown. Like he's chilling, bro. Like he's just not.
Yeah.
He has fleet. I mean, depending on like how the ships are made, I could definitely see fucking Kid like doing like a whole thing with the ships, you know, like to, like stopping the fleet. But I don't know.
And it's a giant, and it's LBAF too. So like, if they're using machinery, which most likely they are, and they have metal, the metal there is going to be giant.
Yeah,
so,
he has a good. Yeah, he has a sick crowd control over though. That is
yeah, he has like decent crowd control, but it's just Oda has never written Shanks in any kind of bad moment. Like, not even to be, you couldn't even interpret any moment Shanks had as a bad moment. Yeah, that's how much Oda puts into like making Shanks look cool and everything, and like just so badass. And it's just like it's a different aura. Like Shanks comes off like he's untouchable. Like he's that dude. Out of everybody. Like that's why it's so hard to like, you know, count Shanks out, even if he's not the world's greatest swordsman or the world's strongest man, quote unquote. He has never given this dude a bad moment, like whatsoever. All those dudes that have like better titles or whatever have bad moments or like, you know, questionable moments, not Shanks. And it's just like it is crazy to think about that we're gonna get potentially like, you know, a glimpse at what Shanks could do, like, or
that's what I'm hoping for. I really hope Oda does not like go to something else and like skip over like at least. I just please let me see Shanks fight in the manga, please, Oda, please, bro, please.
I feel like he will because he gave Shanks a whole body spread, just like Rob Lucci and stuff. Like he usually does that when some shit's about to go down. I'll be pressed if he did this and Shanks did nothing. I'll be like,
oh no. I like that mod. That's a good pickup. I didn't know that.
I'd be like, Oda, come on, bro. Like,
yeah, he did like the side by side. Yeah, like
like this looks like this is Oda only busts these out when some shits goes down, or like this is that. But when he wants to put emphasis on a person, like this is that guy, or this is that guy you need to pay attention to right now, like type thing. And I mean, he could shine with this crew through his via crew. Because, like, you know, we haven't seen nothing from, like, quite literally anything from his crew outside of, like, you know, but Lucky Roo, Yasa, Ben Beckman, because they get a chance to shine here too, and all that, like, so I'm just, I'm so hyped right now, like, I cannot fucking wait to see what happens. I don't want it to necessarily be a wash. I don't want, like, even though there's a lot of me that's like, yeah, Shanks, wash that motherfucking scrub. But I will give Kid his flowers. He got obviously 3 billion bounty. He clearly, you know, shown that he's capable of fighting a Yonko. And he, out of any, if anyone I believe could do it in terms of like, you know, putting some kind of pressure on a Yonko crew, it would definitely be him because of his crowd control capability.
It is OD.
Yeah, the Awakening is decent.
Fucking Magneto. Magneto One Piece.
Yeah, I'm praying for this nigga though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the crew, like the outmatch of the crews is what's like. Good luck, bro.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that we go back to this fight next chapter?
I hope
so. I'm praying.
I remember Law versus Blackbeard. We asked that, and I said no, and then it happened. So I'm gonna say no again, hoping I can like.
And hope that you can. Yeah, we're gonna try and manipulate the timeline, bro.
Yeah. Like
I hope so, bro.
I'm praying too, and I also want to see Dory and Broggy like get into action as well. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Not gonna lie, I do think they will potentially get washed, but like I want to see them.
I don't think any of the Giants are gonna do anything. I ain't gonna lie.
That's what I was gonna say. And I feel like also it's another thing that Oda has to do is like show us that Giants are to be feared again.
Yeah, because this is L-back, right?
Like, fucking watch.
That's what I'm saying. These Giants are a bad matchup against like Kid is a bad matchup for the Giants because they have so much armor. Yeah. You know, you just like you know, just
he can snatch that off and just use it against them. But it's like But Oda has to show us something because giants. Okay, the thing about One Piece, yeah, giants in One Piece in general are used to show like the magnitude of the strength of the other person dealing against them if they're big shots. Because normal people, even with the best training, suck against giants. But it's like the exceptional people fodderized giants.
Yeah, like you can't see them. Yeah.
So, but Elbaf's supposed to be different because even someone who would fodderize giants normally, Big Mom, wanted Elbaf giants specifically to be on her side. So clearly there's something different. And also giantification, gigafication that Caesar was working on for Big Mom. And clearly the government was interested in that too. So because the Seraphim are huge. So so there is something to be said, and maybe Elbaf giants are the blueprint to that.
That makes sense.
Just know that we never saw a giant use hockey, and I would love to see giants use some armament or something like that.
I was gonna ask you. We haven't seen Loki, right?
No, we've seen his silhouette.
But he's supposed to be like the guy, like the giant. So I'm hoping he probably got. I'm hoping he got like Conqueror's hockey or some shit like that. If he's
there'll definitely be giants with Conqueror's hockey, like Loki maybe, or whoever else is on here, maybe like those old niggas that Big Mom was copying. But I searched it up because I was curious. The one giant that I know is confirmed to have hockey is Morley from the Revolutionaries, the nigga that can cut through the ground with his trident.
Oh, him?
Yeah, he's a giant. No, he didn't. I don't think he used it. I think it was in SBS that.
That he has it.
I had a feeling he had it, so I searched it up, and yeah, he has it according to the wiki.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt in my mind.
Picture. I can't.
But I was just curious. I was like, there's gotta be at least one that we know. But there's no way they don't. And some of them.
Yeah. I'm not. It's not like I thought that they don't have hockey. Yeah. It's just I need to see because that's my thing. That like giants have just been like fodderized by like special characters or characters that are like better than fodder. But now I need to see like giants compete with these special characters.
Agreed.
Not just as simple as, you may be big, but basically I don't want them to only be good because they're big. Most of the giants, like the vice captains and stuff like that, like the vice captain giants, I'm pretty sure they're only that vice captains because they're big. I ain't gonna lie. Even Saul. Like I don't know his fighting ability, but again, it's a recurring trend. I think giants. I haven't seen like a fodder marine giant like in terms of like ranking. They all usually are vice captains, and I feel like that's because obviously they're so big that their damage output is because they're so big. Not to say they don't train. Obviously they train, but it's probably like bare minimum training that like they don't really need to do because they just eclipse every other marine outside of like, the special ones. But
it could also be like a political thing too, with the government and the Elbaf, like your giants could join us, but they're this level,
right?
Oh yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah. But here in Elbaf, I'm praying that we get like strong ass giants or seeing like a strong giant that's not only good because he's big. You know what I mean? That's what I'm praying for. I want to see like ornament hockey, hardening. I want to see like observation hockey usage. I want to see like I want to see some shit that you got outside of your strength and size.
That would be cool because I feel like if Luffy sees someone doing that, like what he wants to do, then he could like train him in like that giant form, or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Luffy, that's like a weird thing that he can do now. Year 5, he can just become a giant. So
yeah.
Speaking about Luffy, I love that. This is a great segue. A lot of people feel like, because I also agree, if they fight straight up, this is a fucking wash. Like overall, like Shanks' crew is in no danger. So some people think that there could be, because a lot of people have always thought that Luffy and Shanks' conflict is going to end up being in like a dating back fight kind of way, like not real straight up combat. So some people think that Luffy is going to come to Elbaf soon, and it will be a joint arc with Kid and Shanks. and that so this fight right here is not gonna end up in like just straight a bloodbath. They're gonna like settle it some way, or maybe postpone it, and then Luffy's gonna end up coming through after Egghead. Would you guys fuck with that idea?
I do. I just don't want to. I don't want to see a Kaido 2.0 though. That he gets absolutely dominated and he's their prisoner. Like that would be like that would.
You
be,
talking about Kid or Luffy?
Kid,
right? Okay, yeah. That would be redundant. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like I don't see that happening. But you are right. Like I do see that the conflict necessarily could be postponed for some odd reason, whatever that reason could be, and that could be like an outsized force or something like that. But like,
I think if the conflict is postponed, I don't think Shanks stays on Elbaf. If Luffy comes,
he did say he was gonna set sail. That's true.
Oh yeah. You're right.
Yeah, because Shanks is definitely ready to go. I also still think it's a little bit too early for Luffy to meet Shanks still.
Well, where is he going from here? Because Callie, I don't disagree, but fam, it's this because the island.
It is late. It is late. I already know what you mean. Like it's late in the story. I don't know how much later it would have to be.
That too, but like damn, I just the other thing after this is Beehive, right? Like Garp and that whole thing, Law, Kobe.
Yeah.
Like it's Blackbeard or Shanks at this point. You know what I mean?
As far as like where Luffy's going to,
like what's next? Like Lodestar is a possibility for sure.
I just don't think Luffy meets Shanks until it's endgame, not like road to endgame. Like I feel like right now it's road to endgame. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I
don't think Luffy meets Shanks until like the actual endgame is in play and we're starting to see the final arc saga, of One Piece, whatever the case may be.
Bro, I think we might be closer to that than you think, bro.
We are, but I think it's a little bit more. I would say.
What does that mean though? It's like because it's Blackbeard, Shanks, and the world government.
I would say
and Crosskill.
I would. Well, so what are they doing after this? Right, it's probably a Lodestar or whatever, right? That would be
Elbaf next up, bro.
So you really don't think that they're gonna? You think after this they're gonna go to one of the islands? That Luffy's gonna go to one of the islands that Kid and Law are at right now?
Yes, and I don't think it's a Law. I definitely think because I know the Strawhats are going to Elbaf, so like I think that's where it's gonna see.
Yeah, no, you're right. I agree. I don't think. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just.
Go ahead. We all trying to talk. Oh my god.
Because it's a lot. I think that I think y'all both spitting, but I think Callie, I think you're onto something only because the thing is that you could simply argue Shanks is endgame or whatever, but so is Blackbeard, right? I don't think Luffy is necessarily going to meet Blackbeard now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's.
I think Blackbeard's later than Shanks in my opinion.
You think
so?
Or Luffy, yeah.
Interesting.
Because in my opinion, I don't even know how to start it. But in my opinion, the last person is Emu and the world government, and the person before that is Blackbeard.
So that you think that's the order?
Yeah. And Emu and the world government includes a Kano in them.
Oh, really?
No.
Someone's actually that okay. Well, we can.
I feel like there's just no other way.
Yeah,
my point is
that segues into something else, but yeah.
Or another thing I could see is at Laftel is a three-way battle between Blackbeard, Shanks, and Luffy.
That
to me that makes sense.
No, yeah, because that's what I was originally thinking. I don't think we would see Shanks or Blackbeard one after the other. I think that they're so tied together that we would probably see them together alongside whenever Luffy comes into confrontation.
I agree because I agree with that because if it doesn't happen that way, then either Shanks doesn't fight Blackbeard or Luffy doesn't fight Shanks.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Right. 100%.
That's a good point. But I also think Luffy has to go to Elbaf, and I think they will, because this is a random thing about this chapter in that the part where they show Kid's ship and they show it says Warland Elbaf. Actually, yeah, the top right of your page, Callie. In that panel, if you see near the writing at the top of the screen, there's these 3 or 4 black pillars coming down from the sky. Do you see them? Yeah, right there.
These little balls.
Yeah, those. There's a few of them. Yeah, that's what I mean. Those.
No, these are dots from the.
What? But there's grayish pillars behind that one dot, where your cursor is. Yeah, above that. Literally go up straight up. Yeah, that line right there.
Oh shit, nigga. YHuss.
There's
What is your
four of them. There's
eye,
four of them.
nigga? What the fuck?
Wait.
Nigga, what
What are
is your
y'all looking
eye,
at?
bro?
Wait. What are
I
y'all
was
looking
looking for
at?
it.
I can't
What are
even
y'all
zoom
looking
in.
at?
All right, so look, you see the kanji written at the top.
Yeah.
So you see the dots next to the kanji.
Yeah.
Right above the first dot, you see a gray line.
Yeah.
And then you look to your left, you'll see those gray lines kind of faded in.
There's like four of them. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
and YHuss is saying that they're pillars in the background.
Like they're pillars, but they're actually. I know exactly what they are, guys.
Is
So
it the thing that you put on the thing the one
I'm gonna
time?
send a picture to the Discord again, and these two pictures, the first one is Fishman Island, and it becomes very clear what they are once you see it, and the second one is Big Mom's flashback, and you see these exact pillars again in the top of the second page. So when you guys look at the Discord, so these are the roots of the sunlight tree Eve under Marie Joie, and that's how Fishman Island gets its light. And this is clearly the same kind of thing in my opinion, but it's the opposite. It's the treasure tree Adam, where they got the dark.
And remember when we talked about that, and like that's a bit. So that's a. I see YHuss. I see where you're on, because like
holy shit,
that's a huge One Piece.
And Oda is
theory
still
as well.
hiding this from us. He's still hiding it from us, and we've been here twice. So Luffy has to come here.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
I think so too.
God.
Yeah, because that's a huge One Piece theory right now. That
I was looking. That's why I saw it, Callie. I was looking for it the whole time.
yo,
I didn't just see it. I didn't just notice it.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, I
see it.
did not notice that until my
No, but
mind
it makes
was
sense.
not
It
there.
definitely all makes fucking sense. That's a really great pickup. Holy shit.
Because Oda's been hiding this from us, and I'm like, yo, we're already here,
Yeah.
and still like we're not seeing it in full picture. So like we're definitely gonna come to Elbaf. But like you said, Callie, I agree with that. There's still a dilemma about the order in which we see Shanks and
They definitely are coming to Elbaf. I completely have forgotten. And plus the whole ties with Usopp and Elbaf and shit. Like they definitely have to come to Elbaf. I just don't think they'll meet Shanks here yet.
Yeah. You made a good point. So yeah, we really might see Kid versus Shanks, and damn.
It's gonna be hectic, man. It's gonna be hectic.
Also, I want to say this is also kind of funny, but also remember when we were back at Wano and we were talking about why Shanks was there, and the whole Shanks evil thing. You know, part of that spawned from the fact that, like, okay, he's talking about going after the One Piece, right? And you know, in this chapter. You know, I mean, before we didn't know what he like meant when he said that. We didn't know if he already knew the location, because he was just chilling, right? They were just big chilling, and then he just casually sit down talking to Ben Beckman smoking a cigar or whatever, cigarette, whatever, and Shanks is like, "Hey, Ben Beckman, so don't you think it's about time we go for it?" He's like, "What? The One Piece?" And I'm like, okay, like just so casually, like he just like he been knew where it was. It's like, hey, I think it's time for us to just get it, like something like that, right? We didn't know if he knew where it was or not. So this is interesting because here he says he has a choice. He can either give his low poneglyph rubbings and scram, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he's looking. That has to mean that he's looking for him, right? That
So
he needs
yeah,
him.
it made me think that like it was definitely possible, right? Shanks had the final one, because remember in the thing they mentioned that it was in Fishman Island, and I definitely believe Shanks visited Fishman Island during his time and took the road poneglyph, and it's possible that he put it in Elbaf. You know,
Yeah, because Shanks knew where it was. Shanks saw it in Fishman Island. Yeah, back in the.
Because what else is that? What else is in Elbaf? All the shit from O'Hara, all that research. So. Elbaf is definitely known to be a safe haven to secure valuable shit.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that Shanks been having that shit here the whole time, and that's why he was here first, right? Because he was like nearby. There was a reason why he was there.
Yeah,
so,
he said his thing's time to capture the One Piece, and then here he is now. So it definitely makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And if we go by the idea that Saul is the man,
with the burning, it all makes sense, 100%.
Oh shit,
100%, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
This is a very huge event that's going to take place between Shanks and Kid, and it's gonna decide the fate of a lot of things. Yeah.
And you know what's also crazy? I also thought about it, and I was thinking like, okay, so if Shanks wasn't there to get Nickel Robin because she knows the poneglyphs, and Blackbeard is not necessarily after her because they kidnapped Pudding.
Yeah.
My thing is that what if like the person there that could read the poneglyphs for Shanks is maybe Saul because he was hanging around Nico Robin's mom Olivia.
So you think he picked up a few things, was able to learn to read?
Yeah, and he has the books now. He has all the books now.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. So he probably learned how to read the poneglyphs potentially.
Yeah, it could be anyone from O'Hara that learned because they had them for 20 years.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and they got all the books in Elbath, and Saul is guarding them, or he's like in hiding. So he could be the one that reads the poneglyphs. So
or
now
for Shanks,
it could even be anyone. It could be someone from his crew that took time to learn because
true.
Oda went out of his way to say in the SBS that Ben Beckman is the smartest person in East Blue.
True. So maybe
I had no idea. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, he said that, which is actually another reason why I'm a little perplexed as to how Ben Beckman could come to the conclusion that, that's why I was, because that's why So earlier when you were talking about when Callie read it off, talked about how Ben Beckman, he was like, oh, so the enemies are going to be mad at you if you're keeping away. And then Lucky Roo was like, yeah, sure, Ben Beckman. They'll be mad at him. Who do you really think they'll be? I don't think Ben Beckman would be that. I don't think Ben Beckman would be that oblivious. I don't think so, but I mean, I could be wrong because it could just be a case of like how he's like, I fuck that nigga up. I don't care about him. I don't because smart people have always been depicted as like oblivious to shit, right? Like so I could see that, but that's why I was a little bit like. Was it Ben Beckman? Because it just seems like I will remember that I chopped a whole nigga's arm off personally. But
that makes it so much better that he's like the smart nigga. I completely realized.
That's why I was getting weak when I was seeing like, oh, Ben Beckman did it. I'm like, if Ben Beckman did it, this dude did not give a fuck. Like he's so oblivious. He's like, oh yeah, hey Shanks, yeah, the enemy's gonna get mad at you. You keep him waiting. Like nigga. You took a whole dude's arm. Like
you go out there, nigga.
Yeah.
It was a Tuesday for him, bro.
but yeah, I think like this is just interesting development when it comes to Shanks and stuff. So he is looking for the royal poneglyph. So yeah, so he doesn't necessarily have the One Piece on lock, like I might have thought before.
Yeah.
So.
And also, let me just say, man. I find it so funny that Luffy and them worked so hard in Wano. They handed they're sharing the poneglyph stuff like that. And these niggas kid-in-law are running a road poneglyph charity right now, bro. They're just giving them away.
That is so tough, bro.
No, honestly, it's kid because like you think about it, the parallel of like Blackbeard and Shanks is like night and day as Yonko. Like Blackbeard is the clumsy Yonko. He gets got in several things, but he's usually the one that takes charge or whatever, right? Whereas Shanks, he just be a lot of parts just be chilling. And literally we got that here. Law is minding his own business and Blackbeard's ambushing him and he got. But, we still think Blackbeard will win that or whatever.
Of course, because the crew, bro. I mean, it's a terrible disparity from Blackbeard's crew to Law's crew. Law's crew just goes, like, they showed something in that fight. But I mean, it's a wrap. Like, let's be real.
Yeah. Plus, but here in this opposite end of the spectrum, Kid is coming to Shanks' turf, and he knows that this is Shanks' turf, and Shanks is just chilling, and he chilling. He not bothering no one. And here comes Kid, and he's like, okay, all right, my G, listen, you can just give that up right now and scram, like leave, or, you just die here. Like,
or you throw it, make it simple.
Yeah, like, so I love Oda's parallel writing here between, like, the two Yonkos that are, like, they want the royal poneglyphs, but their approaches are so different.
Ooh, that's a cool way to put it.
Also, something that I thought about while I read the chapter, I don't know if it was just me, looking into it too deeply, Shanks said that he wants him to give up his road poneglyph. Actually, now that I'm saying it, I might be thinking about it too deeply. But I remember we were having a discussion about how did Luffy give Law and Kid
we did.
the Big Mom poneglyph as well as do they have the Big Mom one as well as
the question is, does Law have the Big Mom one?
I think he does.
Kid have the Zou one?
No, but
because think about it. Kid wasn't in Zou, So this kid has his own one.
right. Okay,
and Law wasn't at Whole Cake, but we know Kid stole something from Big Mom.
Right.
Probably the rope.
So they're both missing
they're each missing one.
One, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was.
Or are they? We don't know.
Kid had Big Mom because he sold a.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, so he has
right,
Big
right.
Mom's, but we don't know if he has the Zoe one. And Law has his own one, but we don't know if he has the Big Mom one. So yeah, that's the question.
So
and we know I can actually bet that each of them don't have the other. I know because Blackbeard attacked Big Mom's island recently, so I think they took the rope poneglyph then, as well as Pudding. And Shanks is cool with Zoe, so he can probably go get it, or already has it.
Right,
so
true.
They probably so it doesn't really matter actually at this point now.
Right. But we talked about this before, remember? Because remember when they were talking about which islands to go to, split off or whatever, Killer was the one that pointed out the man marked by flames or whatever, and Luffy was like, who's that? And Kid and Killer were like, wait, you don't know? It's like, no. It's like, we're actually more ahead of you than we realized it. Like type thing. So they, and plus on top of that, Shanks is saying low poneglyph rubbings, plural, as in he has more than one rubbing. So
he knows. He knows.
So it's potentially it's not just one that Shanks wants. He's saying, give me all that shit. Like just give me it. So Kid could have like because what you said, he could be missing Zoe.
Yeah, and if he's missing Zoe, Shanks is fine because he knows Zoe.
Yeah.
If Law's missing Big Mom, they probably took it already when Aokiji was there.
Right. So Shanks has not been to Big Mom's territory, while Kid has.
Yeah.
So Kid could have Big Mom's potentially.
He definitely has it. Yeah, he definitely has it. Yeah. So each of Shanks and Blackbeard are gonna have at least 3 probably, as well as Luffy.
Yeah. Which is so that makes it perfect. Like it's going to be like if they both lose here and lose their low poneglyphs, it is a trifecta fight between Shanks, like you said earlier.
It really all just comes together like that. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, why, as like pirates, would you like keep your rope poneglyphs on you and not just leave it somewhere, like bury them in like an island that you.
I mean,
trust,
but you would need that.
Like, no pirate, like when they bury.
Yeah, but you can go get that shit, right? Like with an eternal log post and like that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you keep it on you? Like, what if the exact thing happens to Law happens to you, right?
I think you're making it sound easier than it is to traverse the new world,
to
traverse the Grand Line.
Yeah.
Sure.
But
because you need
because like it's a wrap this thing along, and you have your shit on you, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Niggas run down.
But I mean, we're safer than on you with your crew. I mean, you know what I mean. Aside from fucking Law and Kid's crew, because no, it's just trash. But one thing that
random shit.
One thing that I liked about the ending of this is like everything that's going on right now, right? Because you had brought up the whole, Blackbeard set up an ambush for. He didn't know who, but he ambushed Law, and he's showing overconfidence, right? Here's fucking Kid showing overconfidence going against fucking Shanks. You know what I mean? And then kind of Luffy a little bit right now with Rob Lucci kind of like showing his. It's not even overconfidence because he knows I'm gonna beat your ass. So like I like the parallels going on between like the 3 major fronts that have been played out since Wano.
Yeah, Shanks is really like paralleling Law here. Like they just both big chilling and they're getting ambushed by.
Yeah, that was a sick parallel.
The calmness of Shanks and also Law, even though Shanks is a Yonko, and then like you have the opposite. Blackbeard's a Yonko, but he's over here like and then he's like, oh shit, yo, fucking Law serious. So
it's a real case of punching up versus punching down situation. Yeah. Like literally, like Blackbeard is punching down by ambushing Law because obviously everyone in this situation believes that Law is the underdog here.
Yeah,
and it's a punching up situation with Kid because clearly he's the underdog, but he's choosing to battle Shanks anyway. So it's sick. It's sick.
It is.
100%. Yeah, I think that's about it. You're definitely even going. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Next week break. There's a break after this. Yeah, there's a break after this chapter. So we have a break week next week. So
Okay,
We
yeah.
definitely
So
got something in store for you guys.
yeah. So is there anything else in the chapter you guys want to talk about?
No, sir.
Chapter?
Yeah, we definitely went pretty in depth today.
It was an okay chapter. Nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy. Nothing too crazy. Just Emperor scrapping and whatnot. Nothing crazy. Definitely a good chapter though. Appreciate you guys for the discussion as always. Big shout outs to everybody that hung out in the Twitch chat with us today. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to everybody listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Podbean, etc. Appreciate all you guys. Make sure you guys follow Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Strawhat Sitdown, all the same at. Show us some love on all the socials. And make sure you follow the Twitter so you know what we're doing next week for break week. Because when we know, you'll know on the Twitter. So make sure you follow us there. I think that's about it, right? Yeah, we out. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be back next week with some more One Piece goodness. We appreciate you guys. Be safe, be healthy. Until next time, we will see y'all when we see y'all. Take it easy, guys. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.